Welcome back, everybody, to DCU Sports Grounds, to our resplendent oval here. Very grateful to the ground staff and indeed all the staff of DCU Sport who've helped us facilitate the hosting of the European Championships here in Dublin. It's a massive occasion for Ireland. We rarely get to host home games, and what a cracker we have for you this evening. It is the replay of the 2010 European Championship final. Denmark, who led for long stages of that particular final before Ireland passed them out, against Ireland, the reigning International Cup champions, the reigning Euro Cup champions, the reigning European champions. So this should be a cracker, Kieran.
Well, I was told at the start of this tournament that this was going to be the match of the tournament. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, we have it live for you on Air TV and the Score.ie. Thanks to our friends at Discover Island who are sponsoring this tournament. It promises to be a cracker. Denmark surprising losers in round one against what now looks like a very formidable Great Britain side, and Ireland, who had a very close win over Sweden, which went right down to the wire. But they've kicked off here. Denmark get the ball out of play, out of the centre square early. Handball it up. Here's a loose man for Denmark. Gets the hands on the balls. They're playing it ahead of them. And that's holding the man. Free kick Denmark's way. This could be an early kill here for Denmark. That is a fantastic start for them. They look like they're starting with great intent here, and they're going to need to. That's a big kick from 50. He really has launched that. And that looks like it's gone through for a goal. The Danish like it. They're up and about. They are throwing him out here. That is a great start to the match for Denmark. Ireland have started very slowly here, and it looks like it's Denmark's now out of the blocks.
Yes, and I know the Danish coach, Pal Thomas Finneson, had been targeting this game in the aftermath of Saturday's defeat to GB. They felt that if they were going to get something out of this tournament, getting a win over Ireland in their backyard would certainly be something special to take home to Denmark.
Well, they've started on a very good footing. They've also won the free kick here out of the middle again. This is a great start by Denmark. That looks like Axel Bang there, taking the kick out of the middle. He kicks long. Gerard Linehan from Ireland dives in front of the ball but can't pick it up. Again, Denmark have the players. It's a great tackle, but it looks like he's been driven into the ground from behind. And he's going to take the free kick here. That is an Irish free kick. So I was holding the ball, and that free kick is going to go... Who's that there, Kieran?
That's Sean Paul Henry, the Derry native, Belfast Redbacks player. And the Dane who showed so prominently for the ball there was Jonas Nielsen. So he's kicked it into the pack, just out in front of us here in the broadcast gantry. That's Rene Palsgaard there, who was prominent for the European Legion this year in the Easter series against Australia. Fantastic young team, this Danish team. They're unique in the sense that they have youth structures in Denmark, and a number of these players are the first products of that youth structure. So keep an eye out for players like Chris Campion, really great footballer. His first cousin, Matthias Byron, wearing number 4. You've also got Mikkel Q, a very impressive player. Also, and look at that hanger from Brian Roach of the Leaside Lions Club. This is looking like a great contest. Nobody's leaving anything behind them on the field tonight.
Picked up where he started from the first game was John O'Regan, Irish captain there. Won the ball off the half-back line and kicked it up long. And here he is again. Finds a space, repels that ball coming out of the Irish defence. Out of the Irish attack, I should say. He's now got on the half-forward flank. Not too much happening for him up forward here, so he kicks it in long, low. Kicked off the ground then. That was an interesting move. Handball up again. Maurice Bartley around the ball. Danes look like they've got the numbers to it. They're pushing towards the boundary line. Good play by the Danes. They look like they've got the free kick here. Ireland grabbed them when they didn't have the ball. No, it's a trip being paid here. So the ball's going Denmark's way. Deep in their back pocket. They'll be clearing this ball. Looks like it is a great matchup here between a few players. I'm trying to see now across the ground if anyone is matching up anyone. Looks like John O'Regan has gone to number 4, Matthias Byron.
Yeah, and Matthias is a great footballer. He's been in Australia to play for the World 18. And we've got is that a goal? No, it's got a touch. Great defence by the Danish number 6, Tore Lauritsen. It just got a touch on Vince Manning's soccer shot, I suppose you call it. But yeah, some great matchups here. One that's worth keeping an eye on. I see Brian Roach is lining up at the moment. And he's on Jens Jørnes, the DAFL president, who is a fantastic player in his own right. Jens, number 19. So keep an eye out for that one too. Former European Legion teammates.
Ball's up on the wing here for Denmark. They've moved it well out of the defence there. Good short kick in. Ball handled off. Looks like John O'Regan again gets another kick. He's had a good few early kicks so far in this match. Kicks up to the half-forward line. Here comes number 20 for Ireland. That is Ryan McCluskey, who's great use. A fantastic kick down there. It looks like it's landed in the hands of Vince Manning. It has. The man from Dingle. A fantastic kick, though, from McCluskey. Picked it up out of the pack, turned around in a couple of steps. Had great vision to see Manning there and landed on his chest. Manning now has the chance to open up Ireland's goal kicking. He's kicked. His teammates don't like it. He sprayed that to the right, and that's through for one more point. So at the start of this match,
score at the moment then is obviously Denmark 6, Ireland 2. Ireland trying to line their tolls up in there around the 50 mark to make it difficult for the Danes to repel the ball. I think that's Mikkel Q on the far wing now. Kicks long up the boundary, and it is gone out over the boundary. Looks like it may have been out in the full. Yes, out in the full. Owen O'Sullivan now from Cork. Former pupil of the North Monastery School in Cork. Kicks long, but straight into the hands of T.S. Byron. T.S. clever footballer. Looks up, looks for the switch. Finds his first cousin, Christopher Campion, whose brother Nathan unfortunately couldn't make it this week. Another fantastic footballer. Both sons of Jim Campion, the former Danish head coach. And Jim, a man who's very responsible for the development of all these young footballers. He's put lots of time and effort in with them at the Fareham Cats over the years.
Trolls Otsman now has the ball. That was Otterson has got the ball now. He is marked 45 metres out from goal. He's going to go back, and he looks pretty confident here. Looks like he's going to have a shot. It would be a captain's goal. Here's the captain. That is a magnificent strike. He's kicked that from 55 metres. The boys are getting over to him. That's a fantastic start. Exactly what you want to see a captain doing to start such a tremendously important match.
Yeah, Troll's a real veteran of this team. When you've got so many young players as they do, having someone of his experience and his composure and clearly his skills is a real bonus for Denmark, and you can see they're right up for this game.
Well, I must say I'm loving the work of Matthias Byron, the number 4. He has had his hands on it plenty to start this match and just used it so smartly as well once he does get it. He's going to be a real thorn in Ireland's side if they don't get to manage him pretty closely. No one standing him in the centre square, which is interesting. Big Paul O'Halloran, the Irish muckman, was fantastic against Sweden in the first round. He hasn't shown quite such dominance to start this match. Maybe he's just finding his groove. If I say that, he slams the ball straight down Campion's throat, who then handballs it off. Ball's moved well there by Denmark. Good piece of play by Denmark. Get that forward 30 metres. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds on the full.
And obviously we're seeing their tactic for Denmark. They're trying to work the ball out towards the boundary, play low-risk football, and then bring it back in towards their big forwards, such as Jonas Nielsen. So a tactic that's paying dividends so far.
Well, it just looks like they've got more poise too. They've been smart enough to look for their players and to move to a set strategy, as opposed to just getting the ball and kick it, which we saw in a few of the early matches. That's a great rebound there. Not sure if you meant to hit him on the chest, but here we go. We've got Lauritsen here, I think, moving it forward. It's a great piece of play here. We've got the number 30, who has been pinned there for holding the ball. Good tackling by Irish. Jared Lenihan again gets the ball out of defence. It was good play by the Irish. They were under a bit of pressure there, but managed to hold steady and repel that attack. That's a great kick. He's looked up. He's seen an effort. John O'Regan's around the fall of the ball. Umpire's blown the whistle though. He's paid a free kick. And that is going to John Enright. There was blocking off the ball, and John Enright will take this kick and launch Ireland, you'd think, deep into attack. No, he's gone short. Hit the man of the chest. That's Roach. Brian Roach from Cork. Great pass by John Enright. Put it into space, and Brian Roach ran straight onto it. He's on a tough angle here, though. He's 45 degrees. He's going to have to kick this from 60 metres. I'd say this distance would have to test him. It'd be a monster of a kick if he wants to get this through. A tight angle. That looks good off the boot, but it's swung around to the left. It goes off, and a good mark there by the back pocket there from Denmark. Good, solid, strong mark. He gets up, chips it over. It's a good kick. Kicked to his own advantage. It's a fantastic mark there by the halfback flanker from Denmark. Plays on well too. That's good structure, good movement. Great mark there. Sean Paul Henry. Great overhead mark there. He has really impressed with his marking this tournament to date. Kicks out to the wing. Gives his teammate there and Rylan McCloskey a bit of a chance at it. But the ball gets out in front of him. Morris Bartley over that one. And that is going to be a ball up by the umpire. No, it's going to be a free kick to Denmark. Took him too high in the end in that last tackle. Kicked long up to the wing. Ball comes up, flies overhead, beats all the pack and goes over. If anyone's watching live out there today, you might want to get onto Twitter and tweet us at hashtag EC13. We had some great response from our friends over in Great Britain for the last match, and hopefully we've got some Denmark, Danish, or some Irish fans out there as well. They might tweet in and tell us who they're supporting and why.
Yeah, let's lay down the challenge. Surely these two teams don't want Britain to beat them on the Twitter feed as well. If you've got some comments out there, you can get in touch with us, of course. It's at AFL_Europe, or you can hashtag EC13. It's been a fantastic day so far in terms of the football we've seen. And this really is the marquee event of the day. Jared Walls on the ball. It seems to have been dispossessed. Getting a little scrappy out on that far wing. Umpire steps in. Again, good play by Sean Paul Henry. Punches to Conor O'Halloran's advantage. Halley kicks long. Ryan McCluskey once again showing well. He's showed very well so far early in this game, and he's looking for Vince Manning again. But great play by the Danish backman, Tore Lauritsen. We've seen him a couple of times now as well. He's definitely been impressive.
Great kick up the wing, but only as far as big Paul O'Halloran, who's been solid in the air this tournament so far. Gets the ball off to Sean Paul Henry. He goes wide, puts it in space now. This is big Brian O'Connell, big stretch they call him, chasing that ball over, and that has gone out of bounds and in for a throw in. I'd say that Denmark look the more settled team right at the moment, to be honest. They look like they have a bit more time when they've got the ball in their hands. Seem to be making wiser decisions. It'll be interesting to see if Ireland can get a bit more comfortable in this football. Great tackle there by Bartley. The umpire didn't pay, holding the ball, kicked out again. That was number 4. That was Byron again for Denmark. He's been good. Over to Campion. Great movement there by number 2, Mikael Kjorg. He has kicked, played that well, except he's kicked it too far and it's gone out of bounds on the full.
Just got a tweet in from CNFA at Footy France, the governing body for footy in France. We're missing the guys here this year, but we're looking forward to their next big event, the Axios Euro Cup in Bordeaux. Just for fun, they say Pally is the Ronaldo of footy. His hair looks always good at the end of the game. They're referring, of course, to the Danish coach, Icelandic of birth and formerly a France international as well, Pal Thomas Finnison.
Campion's got a free kick here on the wing, puts it long, deep and wide, keeps running on. This is great play by Campion. Great play. Into the arms, but just slightly too long for his teammate there, and that's out of bounds on the full. That was William Anderson there wearing the number 3 Guernsey for Denmark. Almost got on the end of that, but it's O'Sullivan to kick out of the back pocket for Ireland. He kicks long, big Paulie. They are great, strong hands from O'Halloran. He's really impressed me these last few matches. He goes running wide now. Does he run himself into trouble? He does. Coughed it straight up to Kjorg. He goes back, looks around. He's got options. He goes high. That's a fantastic grab. And there's and it's a 50-metre penalty. And well deserved too. He came in late there and took the Denmark player too high. That's Jonas Starbak Nielsen.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it. Shane was it probably just a little awkward in the challenge there, but there's no question it needed to be moved on. And now we've got Jonas Nielsen, who's been impressive in both games so far, right in front of the post, and he doesn't miss these. A guy who's been with the European Legion, was on the inaugural team in 2011 and on the team in 2012. A fantastic footballer.
Well, that is great work at the moment there. That puts Denmark up. They have now kicked 3 goals. They are 3 goals straight, 18. Ireland 2 points. They're going to want to get a game on here if they're going to win this one.
Yeah, we've got a message in here. J. Andre Michelson, cheering for Denmark and my fellow Oslo Crows player Rene Damberg Jensen in EC13 Dublin. Go Viking. Go Norway Trolls in the Euro Cup. And we've got Julie McElhone, I'd say a relative of Sean, the Irish coach. Have we got a goal here? Yes, we have. What an impressive start by Denmark. And they really are celebrating that one. That's an incredible score at a crucial time for them.
That's a fantastic back-to-back goals now out of the centre. That has really, really rocked Ireland. Denmark have now really kicked out. That is 4 goals they have on the board now. They've slammed those on in the first quarter of this match. Ireland's yet to kick a goal yet, and only 2 points on. So here we go up again. Ireland 2 points. Denmark have kicked 4 goals straight, and they've got the ball out of the middle again here. Here comes their big ruckman. He's kicked it wide. That's the first time. Quarter. Well, I tell you what, Denmark have absolutely come out to play here today.
We'll just go through a couple of more messages. I did mention there just before that spectacular goal by Denmark that we'd had one from Julie McElhone, I'm presuming relative of Davy, the former Ireland player now based in Australia, who we'd hope to see back on the Ireland team next year for the International Cup. And of course the Irish coach Sean McElhone saying, come on Ireland, hashtag EC13. Luke Kelly, I wonder any relative of the great singer, but I'm sure a common name. Hashtag EC13. Denmark's number 4 is quality. Well, we agree with you entirely, Luke.
I totally agree. He has been the player for me so far. Matthias Byron, smart with the football, fast, knows how to get it, knows how to use it, which is fantastic. I tell you what though, Kieran, this is some start by Denmark, and I'd say Ireland now must be slightly nervous. What do? They haven't had any chance to come back, and they really haven't put any sort of scoreboard pressure on Denmark, whereas Denmark have gone down the other end and done exactly that back to the Irish.
Yeah, and there's no sense that there's any prevailing conditions here that are aiding the Danes in putting that score up. It's purely good technique, good tactics. The Irish team, though, have a history of comebacks against Denmark. They also have a history of slow starts, and their coaching staff have a history of not panicking. So I'd imagine they'll try to build their way back into this game quite slowly. Might take a couple of quarters, but they certainly do need to tighten up at the back. And I think a crucial loss for them here today is probably Vice-Captain Kevin McSorley not playing, as he has a 1-game ban for an incident that occurred in the previous match against Sweden.
Well, they're certainly going to need to find some inspiration from somewhere, because at the moment it is Denmark with all of the run, all of the poise, using the ball better. Ireland have looked a little bit stop-starty when they've had the ball. They've gone forward deep a couple of times. They did have a couple of good leads from their forwards there, but they haven't been able to convert yet. And
the other thing that's should be of note here is that I think this is the biggest margin we've had between two teams, with the exception of the Germany GB game. Well, actually, I correct myself. Croatia did get a 38-point lead against Germany. So for those of you who are listening and don't know why that would be amusing to Kieran, I'm the head coach of the Croatian team this year. But, certainly among the upper teams, it's rare to see this type of a gap develop.
I'm not sure you didn't mention that just to talk about your wonderful first quarter against the team, against the Germans, Kieran.
That highlights the 3 other quarters as well.
However, Ireland are going to need to really start to work on this. Denmark have been really good, and as I said before, they've had better run, they've had better poise, and they've made sure they've converted their opportunities, and that's fantastic for the team. We've got a few more tweets here coming at us. One from Andre Mikkelsen, cheering for Denmark and my fellow Oslo Crows player Rene Damborg Jensen in the EC13 Dublin. Go Vikings, go Norway Trolls in the Euro Cup. Nice to hear. We've certainly had some great support from around Europe and even around the world with this telecast, which has been fantastically brought to us by our kind sponsors in Discover Ireland. And we've also had some great friends in Air TV and the Score.ie and being able to bring this to you live, which is a great feeling. Live here from DCU Sports Ground in Dublin, in Ireland. A great opportunity for Ireland to host such an event and really get AFL to the fore here. Players are getting back out of their positions. This is going to take something from Ireland. 4 goals down. They've only kicked 2 points themselves. They're really going to need to show something here. Now is the time for them to stand up. We had some good contributions from some of their familiar players. John O'Regan, the captain, was around the ball quite a bit. Paul O'Halloran started to get on top there towards the end, but can they find more? Can they find more players to help them get over the line here against Denmark? The ball is bounced, a tremendous bounce by the umpire. Hit down by Paul O'Halloran. Morris Bartley takes that ball out of the pack, lovely. Swings onto his left foot. This is a great start. Kicks it long and deep, and it beats both those players over into the pocket, over the boundary line and in for a throw-in by the boundary umpire. A great start, though. Down from O'Halloran, straight out to Bartley. That's probably what Ireland's going to need to see more of to make sure they can get a chance in this game. Tap down again. Ireland are really fighting. That's great tackling in there by Denmark. Fantastic work. Man bumped over the ball. Umpire says he didn't see that coming out, and he's come in to throw that up. So, Dominic Joyce up in the ruck for Ireland. Ball comes knocked down, not to anyone's advantage. Out of the pack, McCloskey could not get the ball away. Kicked up, goes over the head of Big Paul. There's Mark Levy. Ball bounces there. Mark Levy from Westmeath. Handballed straight across the Irish side. And it's Connor O'Halloran. Turns, spins, kicks it out of the pack. Good strength there from the man. Right onto the chest. Fantastic effort there by Bobby Byrne. Got it though, turned around quickly, moved the ball about 20 metres forward, and that's gone out of play and in for a throw-in. Ireland looking much stronger at the start of this quarter is what they needed to see. Can they make the scores out of these opportunities though? Knocked down, Roach in there. A great tackle laid there.
Paul Redmond obviously introduced at the start of that quarter, the Dublin Demons player, St Vincent's GAA player as well. He's been busy, made his presence felt by the Danish backman. And the umpire that you're seeing with the ball at the moment is Shane Hill, the AFL Europe umpires coordinator. Morris Bartley on the ball at the moment. Cleared out by the Danes just in front of the 50 at the edge of the square. Back in by John O'Regan, plumber as he's known. Vince Manning and Bobby Byrne both go for it. Is it rush behind? I think it is. Another point for Ireland. And a very quick kick out. Matthias Byron again, the linchpin of this Danish team so far. Kicks to his opposite number on this occasion, Mark Levy from my own club, the North Leinster Giants. Mark centres it. It's in the corridor there. Who's going to get to it first? Danes get it away. And that's Owen O'Sullivan, got the ball back. John O'Regan evades the tackle. Kicks in again. Certainly Ireland getting more inside 50s here this time.
Free kick paid, shepherded off the ball there by Ireland, and Denmark will clear this ball. They have certainly had more inside 50s for this quarter and have started at a much greater rate, but they haven't been able to put goals. That's a great tackle. Fantastic tackle there by Ireland. John Enright, I think, is the man who's come in and laid a fantastic tackle there. That is holding the ball.
Certainly has his 5th major tournament for Ireland. He, by his own admission, probably his last. He's been pivotal in the organising committee for this in terms of organising a lot of the material you'll see on the website, dublin2013.org, and looking after all of the umpires while they've been here. On this occasion, just to the right there, so a point again for Ireland. So Ireland getting the opportunities, but not really making them count in terms of getting them between the two big sticks in the middle.
That was the sort of defensive pressure, that tackle there by John Enright. It's actually going to change the game for Ireland. If they can start doing that regularly, it starts putting the fear into the Denmark mind. They don't have such time on the ball. Look at this now. It's out of bounds on the full because no one's touched it from the kick out. So that's Ireland's kick to take back in. Straight back in they go. It's a lovely kick by Roach. Over the top. Is that a free kick paid out? Yes, it is. No, it's a free kick to Denmark. Free kick against Dominic Joyce there. He pushed out the Danish player. Danish player goes over the top. Check out who it is again. It's Denmark's ball magnet, Byron, who picks the ball but has put it out. No, he gets another free kick here. That's gone out of bounds on the full off an Irish foot. So Byron takes the kick again. He really is the linchpin of this team. It's a lovely kick too. Left-footed kick right up the wing. Great pack forms there. No one can take the mark. The ball hits off the ground and goes over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Fantastic to imagine that Tias is actually still a very young player. I think he may only be 21 or 22, but has been involved in every European Legion side so far. Was on the world team the first year that they played in the Australian State Championships a number of years ago. A product of the Fareham Cats Club, the club I mentioned earlier, who have done so much fantastic development work. Bit of a bundle, as we used to call them in the schoolyard there. And a ball up. Both teams setting quickly. Brian Roach gets up for Ireland, taps it down. Dominic Joyce is there. Still over at Joyce. Galway man playing for the Leaside Lions Club in Cork. And another ball up.
Maurice Bartley attacked that last play at a great speed. And he's done that now a few times, which is great to see. He's just lost his feet from under him, just as the packs come into him. But if he can hold his feet going at that rate, he's going to be a very hard man to stop. Kjorg, he's racking up some possessions as well for the number 2. Now, what we've seen there is that Bartley has gone over the man on the mark, which means he didn't allow the Denmark player to take that kick. He didn't go off his line. He didn't play on. So that's actually a 50-metre penalty now. That brings him right up past the centre square. He sees something ahead, pops it up forward. That's a lovely pass. That is a tremendous pass by Kjorg. Really lined up his man then and found him. That's number 8.
Yeah, terrific pass in by Mikkel Q, and he finds Mikkel Norlander, another Fareham Cats player, a guy with a deadly boot, so this could go all the way. Let's just step back and see how he does. Oh, great defence there by Ireland. I think it was tapped down on the line by Sean Paul Henry and cleared by Mark Levy. It's gone out on the far side for a boundary. Gives the backs some time to get a breather while the midfielders get in there and get their structure set. Great battle in the taps between Paul O'Halloran and his Danish competitor. Is this a goal? Mikkel Norlander and Jared Lenihan. What's the umpire's decision? It's a point. Point for Denmark. Now, Owen O'Sullivan taps to himself, buys himself a few yards, goes for the long kick, but the umpire has spotted something and he's holding play back. Seems to be a dispute about whether he had waited for the signal or not.
I think the challenge here is that I'm not sure the field umpire saw Owen O'Sullivan kick the ball to himself before he ran out of the goal square. But they brought it back anyway. They mustn't have had the flag. Mark Levy kicks it up. It's a big, long, high kick. It's a great leap. It's a fantastic leap there from James Flavin. It was fantastic. Right on the chest here of Ryan McCloskey. That was great movement of the ball. And 2-3 kicks there. They've moved that straight up to the Ireland's 50-metre line. McCloskey, this would be a testing angle. I'm not sure he's going to be able to kick it from here. It'll be 55 metres out and in a deep, deep, tight pocket. He's going for it, though. He looks like he's got that swing from left to right. It's a lovely kick. It's bouncing the field of play, though. It's snapped over the shoulder. And that's a goal to Ireland. A goal to Brendan Kelly from Ireland. A fantastic kick. Or it was James Flavin, I've been told. The number 2. He was involved in the play up here on the half-forward flank and then ran all the way down there.
Yeah, James probably Ireland's player of the tournament at the last European Championships in Denmark and Sweden. He's had a struggle with injury in recent weeks. He's really had to work to get himself fit for this tournament, and what a spectacular goal to open his account.
That brings the scores to Denmark 25, Ireland 10. So they're only a few kicks out of this now. Out of the square, that's kicked in long and hard and right under the chest. It's the same man again, James Flavin. He has absolutely, in 30 seconds here, changed the makeup of this game. It was a great tap down by big Paul O'Halloran. right down to his ruck rover, who turned around and put it straight out in front of James Flavin, who kicks from just outside 50. That's a mighty kick. That's a mighty kick. The players like it. The umpires run down to find out what's happened. I think that could be 50 metres, is it? No, it's been given the all clear, it looks like, by the umpire. That is the all clear by the umpire, I believe.
Oh, it's a 50-metre penalty.
It was a 50-metre penalty. So I tell you what, that's a lot to do about nothing. Flavin kicks the goal. This is fantastic for Ireland. They're right back into this one.
I think knowing James, or Goose as we call him, he'd have preferred to have had the first one chalked up, as it was certainly more spectacular than the second. But that's brought Ireland right back into the game now. We're talking about a 9-point margin, which is very little in this sport.
Only 2 goals in it then from Ireland's perspective. Can Denmark hold off here? Can they continue that form that they saw them reach to 4 goals up in that first quarter? It's coming down a lot to this ruck duel here. Big Paul O'Halloran has been very, very strong against Palsgaard from Denmark in the ruck. Out again, O'Regan spins out of trouble. Fantastic work by the Irish captain. Onto the left foot. Great kick. Has there been an off the... There has been. In the lead up to that marking contest, the umpire has said that is a free kick. Looks like little Bobby Byrne down there. Is that correct?
Ryan McCluskey.
That's McCluskey again. He's been a live wire down on the forward line. Ball was kicked up. Denmark player threw him aside before the ball came down, and a free kick was paid. This to put Ireland within a kick. After looking down and out in that first quarter, McCluskey on his way in. He's going to kick from about 40 metres out. It looks right off the boot, it does. It's gone right and through for a point.
Yeah, Ryan wouldn't be someone that's known for his long-distance kicking. He is a prolific goal scorer, though. Usually sitting in the forward pocket and get in front and square on the... Don't forget, if you do want to get in touch with us at home, folks, if you're watching on Air TV or on the score.ie, you can let us know what you think about the game at hashtag EC13, or of course by just contacting us directly at AFL_Europe. That's at AFL_Europe. Fantastic contest in prospect here now. We did worry at quarter time if Ireland would have what it takes to come back into it, but they really have.
It is now 25 points, Denmark to Ireland 17. So it's an 8-point ball game. Ball is down in the Danish full forward line. Check out who it is again. It's number 4. It's Matthias Byron again. He turns around the left, kicks it close. Saved on the last line of defence there by Benny McDevitt. A great effort to reach out and get one on the last line of defence.
Yeah, something that's noticeable from the Irish team in this game, they have used their bench far more than they did against Sweden. There were a couple of players who didn't get a lot of time on Saturday, but they seem to be getting the opportunity here. Ryan McCluskey is one. Benny McDevitt, who we just saw there rush through, is another. And certainly in this game where there's so much attrition and so much running, you do need to be able to use your bench.
We've got a fantastic tweet in here from Laura Rooney, who says, watching Ireland versus Denmark at EC13 live and hoping David Miller retains all his teeth for the wedding in 11 days. I'm sure he does too.
Yeah, we're all wishing Laura and David all the best for their pending nuptials. David, one of the characters of Irish footy, very popular player from the Belfast Redbacks club.
Denmark going to put this ball deep into their forward line. There's a bit of space here. Who's a great man? Loose man up. It's a number 1. It's Chris Campion. He has been fantastic in that first quarter. He has marked in a very, very dangerous spot here for the Irish. Can he put a bit more breathing space between these two teams? Ireland have come back and come back hard. But this will absolutely take the wind out of that sails for Ireland if Campion can slot this one through. He leans back. That's a lovely kick. Lovely action. And a great goal. Great work by Denmark. Great work by Campion.
Chris is someone we've had involved in our European talent programs on the Legion team, and a truly fantastic footballer, and it's brilliant to see how he's developing as a talent here. Certainly when you think that himself, Nathan, his brother who couldn't be here, and Matthias Byron are all of the one age, this Danish team are a really exciting prospect in the years ahead, and I think while the defeat to Britain will have set them back, I think we can expect great things in next year's AFL International Cup in Melbourne.
O'Regan strong again in the middle of the ground. This is desperate stuff. This is great stuff to watch. Umpire says that is a free kick, though. He's picked one out there. It's going to the island. Ruck Rover. He stands back down to Tom Brown. He goes long on the left out to the half-forward flank. Big stretches up here. And he takes the mark. Fantastic work by O'Connell. He now moves back. Can he move it on quickly? Denmark are good to get back there. Swarm to fill up the holes. He sees a loose one, though, on the chest. Vince Manning again. Loses the ball, though. It comes out from Denmark. Looks like O'Sullivan, though, from Ireland's going to cut this one off on the wing. He goes back now. Can he put it down long into defence? He's got Roach moving forward. He ignores him. He goes up. Fly comes from O'Regan. Can't get there. That is a cracking mark there by Denmark's number 30. Renee Palskard. That is a great effort and a beautiful use too. Up the ground to Kjorge. Mikkel, who kicks it long. He's been a great user of football to date. That is no exception. Puts it on the top of the head. And that is the halftime siren. What a fantastic second quarter we had there. Dublin really then turned around, showed they weren't out of this game, kicked a few goals, but Denmark were not to have nothing. They came back, kicked a great goal by Campion, give themselves more breathing space. But you think this is going to go right down to the wire now. Surely with the history of these two teams here on, Denmark must be a bit nervous that Ireland have always had the history of getting them at the end.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, even in the abbreviated form of the game, the nine-a-side in the Euro Cup last year, fantastic final where Denmark blitzed Ireland early on. And in the very last minute, Maurice Bartley scored 2 goals to take the Euro Cup title from the Danes. They were hurt at that time. They're still waiting for that first elusive victory over Ireland, and they've played them so many times. But I think if you look at the way they're playing, they certainly have the tools to deliver victory today.
Well, it has been a cracking first half of football. It's been a great day of football here down at the DCU Sports Ground in Dublin. For round 2 of the AFL Europe Championships, we have seen some great action, some great goals, some great bumps and some great fight from all of these teams. And we will continue on with the second half straight after this halftime break. You are here watching either on sports.ie, thescore.ie or airtv.ie. And we are live again here for the third quarter. Knocked down there by Ireland. Out of the pack. Here comes John O'Regan again. He's been good today. Handballs it out. That's to Tom Brown, who kicks it long. Straight down to Denmark's number 13, though. That's Christian Rose. Rose kicks it long out in the flank. That's a lovely kick. Out in front of Nielsen. But the umpire has said bring that back. And bring it back they will. Ireland are expecting now to see a real game on their hands. It is 15-31, so 16 points the difference, 3 goals the difference. Ireland are going to need to find this before Denmark can put more scoreboard pressure on them. They're kicking out from outside 50. It's a long kick. That is a magnificent kick. That is an absolute cracking kick by Christian Rose for Denmark. That has sailed through. What a goal.
Yeah, another one of the veterans on this Danish team, and that's a spectacular goal. Reinforcing their lead, keeping the pressure on Ireland on the scoreboard. And the more Denmark can increase this kind of gap, the more likely it is that they're going to get their first ever victory against Ireland.
15 plays 36 now. This is starting to get out to the sort of lead that would have Ireland worried. Still going to need to find 4 goals here. This is no easy task. Ball goes up. It's going to take a lot for Big Paul O'Halloran out of the ruck. Great knockdown. Ball comes out. Too high, surely, on the Irish player there. Umpire hasn't seen it. Lets it play run on. And the ball under the pack. Ireland are definitely going to need to pull some tricks out of their sleeve now. O'Halloran goes up. That's a great knockdown to O'Regan. Those two have been working well in tandem today so far. O'Regan swings around. Gets foot to ball in the end. Gets it up. 13 for Ireland. Can't hold the mark. It hits the ground. On the deck now. There's numbers. Byron again working away for Denmark. He has been fantastic. Free kick to Denmark. Gives them a chance to relieve that pressure. This kick's going to be taken by Jensen. Jensen, that's not a great kick now. It's in front of his teammate who picks it up. Turns. Gets caught. That's a fantastic tackle by Ireland. And it is a throw. He pinned his arms. The Denmark player couldn't get rid of it. And Brian Roach will go back and take this and put Ireland deep into defence. They certainly need a goal at this stage of the match. It comes up. Good body work. What a great piece of play there.
It's almost like James Flavin is single-handedly keeping Ireland in this game at this point. That was a spectacular bump. Very unlucky. Something paid against him there. I didn't quite see it myself.
I think the umpires actually paid that was an illegal bump, which would be very hard luck. John O'Regan, fantastic mark. Up on the wing. He's going to need to punt this long, though. And it's a 50-metre penalty here. The umpire's going to bring him in, and that is costly for Denmark. That has taken John O'Regan from the wing, where he's going to have to kick the ball long, aim to a contest, to about 30 metres out from goal on a fairly slight angle. This is a real goal-kicking opportunity. And I tell you what, if it was a captain's goal in the first quarter, John O'Regan is definitely going to kick this one through for Ireland. The pressure is right on for them. He lines up. He's going to be kicking from about 35. He's kicked into the mound of the mark. It's not a great result. Great pickup, though, by Lavin. What a fantastic turn. It's not going to swing around, though. It's only 1 point. Disappointing there for Ireland. They should have made more of that.
Yeah, and an uncharacteristic error by the Dane before that to walk across the mark. But we see now if Ireland have a chance to get there, to keep this ball locked in. Danes take it very quickly. Who else? Matthias Byron passes to his cousin Chris Campion, and Campion clears. Contest here now between Christian Rose and Mark Levy. Paul O'Halloran's back there, just pops it over the top. Good shepherd by Conor O'Halloran. Owen Sullivan's there now. He's been taken without the ball, it would appear. Rene Danberg. Matthias Byron. He's everywhere. The Duracell bunny of the Danish team.
Byron has been superb and really managed that team well. Look, he runs to the forward of this pack too. Can he get there? Ball goes over the top. Mark Levy runs onto it from Ireland. Shows great speed. Handball out now. This is Sean Paul Henry. He kicks it up long. Kicks it on a foot race. Jeez, that's some good speed on him there by number 21 for Denmark. He raced to that ball. Great tap though. Great tap from Tom Brown. Ball comes out. It's Flavin again. Flavin again. And he's been paid the free kick. The Denmark defender there is so conscious of him and how good he is that he's been all over him and eventually gave away that free kick.
Great to see James playing this type of football. It's what he's capable of, and injury has denied him the opportunity to play much of it this year. But we can already see the impact he's had on this game, and he's starting to make that impact show on the scoreboard.
He goes back. He kicks again. He's kicked straight again. He'll be disappointed now with his kicking for goal. Denmark rebound back out. Here comes number 17. It's Overgaard for Denmark. Here's the ball on the half-back flank. Oh, that's through the mark as well. I'm afraid Vince Manning hasn't learned from the mistakes of the Denmark team. So 50-metre penalty, that comes up. And Denmark are going to kick now. They're going to kick from the wing. And now we've got Overgaard kicks long up to the space. Oh, that is a fantastic effort there by number 18 for Denmark. That is Axel Bang. Haven't heard too much of him. This is a great story. Axel Bang, who's over there trialling out with Greater Western Sydney only a couple of months ago. And guess who he's found? Does anybody have responsibility for that man? It is Matthias Byron. And he has ripped the heart out of this Irish team so far today.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're only match day 2, but on the basis of a performance like this, you'd have to say Matthias has been the most impressive player in the championship so far.
Well, he certainly wouldn't have many arguments from many people around. He goes back. I love his left foot kicking. This one is slightly offline, but he really does have great poise. He kicks that football fantastically. I haven't seen him miss too many targets today. He's missed just there, though, and really gives Ireland a bit of a chance because they need goals. O'Sullivan kicks out now from the back line, puts it up. It's a good contest made there by O'Halloran. Really put his body in. Lenihan gets it out now, kicked around the corner. Up onto the wing, it's a foot race, but there's only one man in it. And that is Denmark's number 30, a high up and under kick. That's going to beat them all and go out of bounds on the full. Ireland to kick it back in.
Yeah, funny enough, we're starting to see pockets of space open up, which has been unusual. We mentioned it in the Britain game earlier on that it was a feature of that game. It certainly wasn't a feature of the Sweden and Croatia game where numbers were at most contests. But we are now starting to see pockets of space, so it's going to be interesting to see how the teams use that.
Ball is kicked long here, down here. Some strong bodywork going on. Umpires paid the free kick. They did get arms. That must be Brian Roach out there. They really need to move it on here, Ireland. They certainly need some goals to come in this third quarter before time runs out. He's kicked that poorly out in front of Morris Bartley, and that is out of bounds on the full. Denmark to reload and kick this ball back in. Scores as they stand at the moment are, we have Denmark 38, Ireland 16.
And it seems we have a tweet here from the gaffer, our general manager, Ben McCormick, seeing the benefit of the Legion and Titans concept with the players standing out in this huge clash. That's right, we do have European talent pathways. The underage setup is known as the Legion, the overage is known as the Titans. Congratulations to Ben and Amy, who had a baby boy last week, young Knox McCormick.
Fantastic work, Ben. Everyone here thrilled for yourself. That's a great pass, though. Back into the action. And Brian Roach has taken this about 50 metres out. I would not back him to kick this goal. We've seen some fantastic kicking for goal during today, so the conditions must be perfect out there. It is going to test him, though. This would have to be kicked from about 55 metres out. Sure, he's not going to get the distance with that. It is high, it is long, but it is wide. And that is a point to Ireland. So that puts them to 17. 17 plays 38. They've still got some catch-up to do. They need to somehow manufacture 4 goals here. It's not too much in modern footy, but they're going to need something to really come from. We've seen Jared Lenihan running around the ground here too. He's
been a tagging role in Axel Bang.
He was great last time. He has followed him up from the back line. You're right there, Kieran. He's leaving a bit wide now, but we've seen Denmark kick out here, and I think they've kicked it straight out in the full. This is going to be Ireland's kick. Not an easy one. Vince Manning has it in his hands. I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
Vince is a good kick of a football. Took the game up in Japan while working over there for a couple of years as a language teacher. Came back and began playing with the Leaside Lions Club, and that was smart footy. Knew that the angle was acute and passed it back in for Ryan McCluskey. So we have a ball passed from Cork to Belfast.
McCluskey has a lot of pressure on his shoulders with this kick. It should be a simple kick for him, but with the pressure of where this match is at, You're just not sure. He comes in from 30 metres out. He kicks. He looks happy with it. His teammates are happy with it. Ireland have put a goal on the board. That's exactly what they needed. There's a bit of argy-bargy now off the ball as well. This could end up in another free kick to Ireland and another goal, I'm thinking. The crowd don't like it. But in fairness, Ireland have kicked a goal, and that's put them closer towards the Danes.
No, and this isn't the kind of thing we want to see in the game, because we want these games to be a spectacle, and unfortunately something has happened there. And it's certainly not something that you would tend to see between these two teams. They tend to respect each other for the football they play. But we see Jared Lenihan is now going to the interchange bench, so might be a little worse for wear after that. But the umpires rather wisely playing on, getting everybody settled again and getting their minds back on football.
Players have moved on. They're all there into the centre square, really talking to each other. This next centre square tap out is going to become so important. Who's going to be the matchups here? Axel Bang ran around. He's by himself here. If Denmark can get the tap. John O'Regan, the Irish captain, though, comes in. Fantastic play again by O'Regan. Kicks it out to the wing. Beats everybody out, and it's out of play. On the very far wing from the broadcast box here. You certainly feel this game is tightening up. It is going to be a cracker. If Ireland can kick another goal, they'll really start putting pressure on this Danish outfit. Ball's up there in the ruck. Comes down. Denmark get it out of the back. That's fast play by Denmark. Ball in the middle. That's Maurice Bartley there. Kicks it along. We see here again Korj for Denmark. Lovely hands. Great vision. Seen his teammate out there. That's a fantastic tackle by the Irish team. They have nailed the Denmark player there in that tackle. And we're going to wrap that up and throw it up, says the umpire. No, it's going to be a free kick.
Great commitment at the footy now at this stage. And I suppose this is the point in the game where if Ireland are going to play any kind of psychological games on Denmark, they need to do so. Denmark know them as a team of comebacks. So if they can put some pressure on the scoreboard now, maybe it'll just put a little bit of doubt in the Danish minds.
Kick out of the pack there via Sullivan. Goes in the middle of the ground. That's a fantastic tackle from Ireland. Absolutely. And another one and another one. They are throwing themselves at this game here. And they've won the free kick there. There were 3 fantastic tackles in a row from Ireland. They've certainly lifted the intensity. Ball goes up, knocked down. Bartley's out there for Ireland. He sees it over the forward line. That was some great tackling there. Some great desperation by Ireland. We've got a text in here from one Irishman, Rory O'Connor, saying, come on, Ireland, give them heaps. I'm sure that's what the crowd down here are saying at the sidelines too, Rory. It has been a great match to date. Great handball out there by the Denmark team. Ball goes out of play. That is the new number 3. That's William Anderson. We're expecting to see Nathan Campion roll out the number 3 for this tournament, but unfortunately, as Kieran said before, he hasn't been able to come out. Denmark haven't looked like they've needed him, though, to date. They have been some outfit here. Ball in tight, disputed in that pack, deep in the forward line for Denmark. It is hot around the footy. It is much, much safer to be in the broadcast box here with you and I, Kieran.
One of the consequences of this game, if the result stays as it is, and an interesting one for myself, is that this is going to make Pool A a very, very tight group, because we will have Ireland, Sweden and Croatia all with 1 win and 1 day of play remaining in the group stages. So any team could top Pool A. So if you're watching online at the moment, do consider coming down here on Thursday when we'll have Sweden playing Britain in a crossover match and Ireland playing Croatia at 7 for what promises to be do or die.
Denmark get the ball out of the pack. Another lovely play. I think that's my favourite player, Byron, there, kicking it out for Denmark. Ireland have numbers in the back line here. O'Sullivan tries to kick it out, doesn't clear it. He's got a few friends here coming here now trying to help. Looks like Bobby Byrne in the back pocket. Great tackle by Bartley. Great tackle by Bartley, and it's paid. Holding the ball. Fantastic work. Bartley needs to go back and take this kick because it was his fantastic tackle. Well, I think he's conned the umpire in. That's some good play there then. O'Sullivan's got the ball in the back pocket. What can he do with it? He goes long up the line. Makes a bit of a challenge now. O'Regan's going to have to run onto this. Good body work. Good tackle. Campion's good enough to get rid of it, though. Handball out. Bartley's got it now. Runs it over the ball. He is really picking up his stamina here, Bartley. Umpire's having a word to O'Regan. I think it's about tackling off the ball. He got rid of the player. Not legally. That's Campion who finds a player. Great kick. Straight in the middle. Denmark are really opening him up there. What a tackle! What a fantastic effort there by Bobby Byrne to bring him down.
Speed merchant Bobby, and certainly showed it there because he came from 10 metres behind. I'm not sure the Dane would have expected that at all.
Just amazing work there by Bobby Brown. He's also got the ball for Tom Brown now. Bobby Byrne and Tom Brown. Sounds like Bobby Brown the rapper.
Yeah, the tackle was his prerogative.
That is the 3/4 time siren here at the TCU Sports Ground. It was close. The umpire said the mark was not to be paid there. Ireland have ended that quarter well, but have Denmark got enough in front? 15 points in it. It's going to take at least 3 goals by the Irish to win this match. They look good there, but 3 goals is 3 goals. And they certainly haven't been able to put that on in a quarter this match so far to date.
No, but significantly, they're now going to be kicking into the end where they have been getting their goals. And I'm sure they'll be using that as a positive. For the Danes, it's just a case now, Pally as coach, getting in, talking to his players, building up the resolve and the belief that they can see this game out, because they have had some late defeats to Ireland. They've had a late defeat to Britain on Saturday. This could be the game that breaks the cycle, and there's a real job there to be done, not alone tactically, but preparing his players mentally.
This would be a tremendous win for Denmark. Surely this would mean more to them to hold on and win this match than it would mean to Ireland to get over and win this match. This will keep Denmark in the competition and keep them afloat. It is going to be tough on them, though. Ireland have the home crowd advantage, and there's a good few down here at the DCU Sports Ground today watching this game. They were meant to be 2 of the top teams in the competition. This game hasn't let it down to date. You can let us know what you think about the game by tweeting us at hashtag EC13. We've had some great Twitter comments throughout the day. We've only got one more quarter left of today, round 2 of the 2013 AFL Europe Championships. It has been a fantastic day. The weather has been good to us. The crowds have been good to us. The football, most importantly, has been good to us. And we've seen some great, great moments out here today. I am not convinced that Ireland have got what it takes to win this match. Denmark have looked a stronger team throughout. They make the most of their opportunities. They spread so well as well from the packs. I haven't seen another team. I know I said this about Great Britain last match, but Great Britain have been usurped. These small fellas here for the Denmark team are so good with the ball running and when they've got it in their hands. Players like Campion, Kjorg, Byron, they've been great. Anderson's been strong as well. Jensen, they get the ball, they run, they move it well, and they kick to the advantage of their teammates. They have been super impressive with their ball use so far, the Danes. The Ireland on the other hand, they have been patchy at best. They've had some strong contributions by O'Regan, their captain. Bartley's been good, lively. He looks to be the fastest player out there on the ground. But it's going to take a lot more than that. It's going to take, I'd say, at least the full team's effort to get them over this line. And Denmark look pumped. Look at them coming out of their huddle. They are absolutely up for this last quarter. As Kieran said before, they've got a history of falling over in the last quarter. And I'd say the coach there was sitting there saying, let us not let it happen this time, because they have G'd themselves up. They look like they are prone for coming out in this last quarter.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that the Danes are being incredibly positive about the position they're in and what they can achieve now. It would be a remarkable feat for them. And really, while it's small consolation having lost to Britain on Saturday, it would certainly set them up well for a high finish in this competition and going into next year's International Cup as a fancied side, because this is a young, developing, exciting Danish side.
I'm not sure they've given up hope on winning this championship, to be honest with you, Kieran. They're 15 points up here. It is 23 plays 38. Denmark have definitely got one foot inside the door here of this match. Knocked down to O'Regan. O'Regan spins around. Brian Roach has the ball stripped from him. That's called a trip. Lucky for the Irish. Roach takes it now from inside the centre square. The president of the Danish league marks him. Roach kicks a short one in. It goes through O'Connell's hands. Bartley again, a live wire in that forward line. Comes in, finds the ball. Reads the ball well. Ball on a pack, comes up. That is tackled and held up. Can Ireland make something out of this forward foray? They really need to make it. They've got to kick at least 3 goals in this quarter to win this match. One of them you think is going to have to come from an early inside forward 50.
Yeah, vital period of the game now. They try to say traditionally that if you're leading at Lemons, you've got the advantage. That hasn't always been the case for Denmark, so let's see if they can hold out here and get their first victory over the host nation.
Ball kicked up in the middle of the ground. John O'Regan stood his ground, but the ball knocked out of his hands. Pack, look at those smallwoods there for the Denmark team getting around that footy. They have been great. Well, that's holding the ball paid. Who's that to now? Out of the pack. It looks like Dominic Joyce. A fantastic tackle by him then. Kicked out in front of O'Connell. O'Sullivan's come up from the back line. What can he do with it now? He kicks it long down on the forward line. That's a great mark there by number 6. That's Lauritsen, who has been strong in defence. Great work. Relieves. Look at that. Who else but Byron out in that back corner? He has been everywhere. He has been getting so much space. And look at that delightful kick right onto the chest of his teammate there in Holstein. That was just beautiful football, Kieran. Just lovely skills on both sides of his feet I've seen today.
Yeah, well, I think that is the classic difference. These guys have been playing a long time, and you can see they're technically superior to most other players in Europe, because many other players come to the game as adults and don't have the same level of development. But the Danes, they're a joy to watch because of the skills they possess.
Ball kicked down deep down there. That was a good tackle there by 19, David Miller, the man about to get married. We had his fiancée tweeting in, letting us know that he hopes he keeps his teeth. As do we. The ball now just outside the forward 50 for Denmark. These are getting pressure times now. I'd say we're about 3 or 4 minutes into this last quarter. Ireland needs something to happen for them. Down again. Byron has the ball at his feet. Into his back. That's unusually sloppy for Byron. Ball gets handed up now to Ireland's rucker over. He kicks it up. He's got a man moving here. It's O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's in the middle of the ground. He's also got O'Regan running for him out wide here. What can they do? They turn around. That's actually Brendan Kelly with the ball for Ireland. He kicks long. Roach struggles to hold on to that mark. It was a good contest. Bartley over with it. That's kicking in danger. Bartley's kicked the ball off the ground when the Denmark player had his hands on the ball, and the ball's turned over to Denmark.
Yeah, I was just about to say we'll allow Matthias Byron the odd error because, let's face it, he's played a near-perfect game here today.
We've got a text in from the Oslo Crows. Shout out to Oslo West superstar number 10, Rene Danborg Jensen, doing Denmark proud. He has been good, Jensen, I must say. And all his fans back in Oslo are wishing him well. Kick down to the Irish forward line. Denmark have the numbers here. They've managed to really withhold this press by Ireland well.
Yeah, Rene, a super footballer, someone that was involved in the Legion programme again this year. Someone that has been talking to us about trying to get some opportunities playing football in Australia. So if you're watching online in Australia and you're involved with a footy club, be it country or metro, you could do yourself no harm in inviting Rene out to join your club's roster.
Looks like we have a free kick here to Denmark. Ireland really need to keep Denmark out here. Axel Bang has the ball. It's a great pass. Axel Bang in the forward pocket, kicks for goal. That has just sprayed across the side of goal and gone through for a point. That would have been a tremendously difficult position for Ireland to come back from. Already they are still 16 points down. They need to kick 3 goals. They need to find 3 goals from somewhere here. O'Sullivan kicks it long. O'Regan strong as always in the contest. Ball comes to ground. Lenihan picks it up, handballs it out. That's a great pass out there. Puts it into a bit of space. Ireland can't run into it. Bartley has the leg speed. He gets knocked off the ball. Ball's on the ground. Ball's in dispute. Umpire says that is a free kick to Denmark. Their backmen have been solid all day. Not giving away free kicks. Making sure they've had their body over the ball. They've been deserving of all the free kicks they've had to date. This is going to be a last close checking quarter to this game. We can see that Lenihan's still running with Axel Bang. They've clearly identified him as being one of the men that's going to turn this game for them. Bobby Burns out there in the middle here. Here comes Roach, puts his body in, makes space for Tom Brown. Tom Brown kicks up. It's into the Irish forward line now. Denmark push the ball out, push it across the wards. They want to get it out of bounds. That is fantastic play there by number 6, Lauritsen for Denmark. He has willed that ball over the boundary line from about 30 metres. And
message in from the Galway Magpies saying, great commentary, guys, loving the live feed. We're happy to be providing it, so hope you're enjoying it there in Galway and enjoying the performance of your own club's player, John O'Regan, the Irish captain.
O'Regan's been fantastic today. Galway people must be proud. Although, I'm sure he's not going to be happy until he can pull this team over the line. They need 3 goals. Where are they going to come from? Stretch O'Connell up in the ruck here. He has been paid a free kick against him. I think that's just for being so tall. He had his arms across the Denmark's player's shoulder, so it was a free kick, but just because you were such a tall fella.
Well, we've had a tweet in, and this is the footballing equivalent of an endorsement for me. North Leinster Giants. Anyone interested in trying footy in Ireland, join the North Leinster Giants. I second that one completely. You're welcome down to the club, folks.
That is incredible, isn't it? The president of the club reading out his own tweets online. You wouldn't have seen anything like it. Brian Roach turns and snaps a goal here. That is a fantastic effort for Ireland. Brian Roach has grabbed that out of the pack, turned around, kicked a goal, and Ireland within 2 goals. They are pumped out in the ground. Look at old O'Sullivan out in the back line, marshalling the troops, really trying to G them up here. They think they're a chance.
And this is now where Denmark's mental state is going to be questioned. But one of the changes that I've just noticed is Chris Campion has been resting the last few minutes and has just come back on the ground. And that's going to be huge for Denmark because he is a player who will know how to play smart footy and maintain this lead for them.
This must have put some question marks on to Denmark's mind. 2 goals down now. Can Ireland come back? Tap down from the top. Lenihan over the top, God, he's worn Axel Bang like a glove there, but by that I mean all over his back. Axel Bang takes a well-deserved free kick. Lenihan marking very tightly. I wouldn't want to be a man of that mark. Back Bang kicks out long, pushed off the ball there. Tom Brown gets the ball, handballs up. Dominic Joyce can't get hands cleared. Tom Brown gets the ball, handball across now. This is better play from Ireland. O'Regan again kicks wide to the boundary line. Hits Roach on the chest. He turns now. The last goal kicker has a bounce. That's fantastic. Kicks for goal. He finds Brino stretch, but can't stretch to reach the ball. That was a fantastic bit of play there coming out from O'Regan in the back line. Roach took on the other player. I haven't seen that sort of conviction today from anybody.
No, and 2 players that would know each other very well. They were both on the Legion team together last year, Jens Jørgens and Brian Roach. But crucially for Ireland, keeps the scoreboard ticking over, keeps the ball in the Danish 50, and now if they can apply the pressure, they might get another opportunity.
If only Brian O'Connell could have stretched out like his name suggests and grabbed that one, it could have been a goal. Owen O'Sullivan has the ball here on the wing. He puts it long again. Here's a chance come up. The ball hits the deck. Denmark have got it, but can they get rid of it? It comes out. It's Roach again. Don't tell me it's another snap. It is another snap by Brian Roach. He's kicked 2 in a row. Ireland are now within a kick from winning this match.
Last year it was his clubmate Maurice Bartley that came back with 2 goals within a minute and caused heartbreak for Denmark. Is it going to be another situation like that? Surely the Danes will be able to keep their heads and keep this lead. Brian
Roach has taken 2 magnificent snaps to really bring Ireland back into this match. What must Denmark be thinking right now? It's happened to them tournament after tournament and against this same Irish team. They were so good early on. Their midfield so strong. What's going to happen in the ruck? We've got Galway's Dominic Joyce here up in the ruck. What can he do for Ireland? Ball comes down. Lenihan's got it in front of Axel Bang. Turns it out to the ruck rover. Kicks it up wide, high and long. O'Halloran misses it.
O'Halloran paid the free. No, it won't be a goal. He thinks it is, but...
That is a goal.
It is a goal. James Flavin with his 3rd.
A free kick's been paid down the ground. Advantage has been played. James Flavin has kicked the goal, and that has put Ireland into the lead.
And we can see the change there. We can see why Dominic Joyce is in the ruck. Paul O'Halloran has gone to full forward. Ireland are throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at this one.
James Flavin doing his best to tell his teammate to get out of trouble. They've got the lead now. The last thing I want to do is give away a stupid free kick. This is incredible. Ireland have hit the front of this match. The scoreboard now reads Ireland 42, Denmark 39. It is going down to the wire. Can Denmark find something now to pull out of this game and win it back? My man's in there, Byron. He hasn't stopped trying. They paid a free kick here and it's going to go to that man, Byron. That was a tough call now on Lenihan, but couldn't have happened to a nicer man. Byron goes back, takes a kick from the centre square. He's usually such a smart user of the football. What's he going to do with it here? He kicks long, he kicks high. He hasn't given much of an opportunity there. That's a great mark. Who is that out of the back of the pack? That is O'Sullivan. He is playing around with foot cramp there. looks like he has been injured. He's not wasting time because he's told the other player to take the ball and play on. Mark Levy's been put in a hot spot. Jeez, he's dropped the ball there. It's up. It's hot.
Great defence by Conor O'Halloran.
Fantastic by O'Halloran there for Ireland. Push that ball up to the wing. Here we go. We've got a break on again here. Comes in the middle of the ground. It's Paul O'Halloran versus two men. Ball hits the deck. It's still 1-on-2. Denmark's got the men there in favour. Ireland come in and they hold up that ball, and I need a drink.
And I will emphasise that he's drinking water sensibly. Denmark now trying to get the ball out of their own backline. Ireland's pressure in this quarter in the Danish 50 has been quite impressive. Christian Rose tries to get away, but it's rebounded out to Ryan McCluskey. Ryan, known by his friends as Ninga, he has been playing a little farther out the ground today than we usually see him. Usually he's a bit of a goal sneak. But, I mean, it's clear now the target is to get that ball into Paul O'Halloran, and he's got his county mate, Bobby Byrne, sitting underneath him if the ball breaks. Here it is, James Flavin. And appeared to be touched as he tried to snap for goal there.
Surely Flavin couldn't be asked to do any more for this team today. He has been by far one of their best players. What a game he's put on. Denmark now, this must be killing them mentally. What can they do? What can they find? They've been in control of this match. They've used the ball so well. But now, look, every time they kick out from their back line, they're pressured and the ball ends up in Irish hands. I hate to say it, Kieran, but it's exactly what I said in the second quarter when giving advice to the Irish team.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Ireland have pushed on. You can see there's a high back line. That makes it harder to repel for the Danes if you can't get a long kick out. James Flavin has just had a kick there. Has that been given? No, there's been an infringement. So it will be a Danish kick.
Or is it a point?
It's a point, actually. And all of these are crucial for Ireland at this stage because obviously with a lead of 3 before that was scored, it's now 4. Tom Brown sweeping up at the back here. Great tackle.
Great tackle, Denmark.
Now, can the Danes launch something from this? One last attack. Something that can get them back in front. Mark Levy's there. He swept it up at the back. He's looking around for his options. Not a great deal of movement. He's putting it towards Maurice Bartley. Maurice Bartley in contest with Jens Jarnes and Christian Rose. It seemed to be in the back there for Bobby Byrne. More accidental than intentional. Mark Levy's there again. The ball is breaking loose. Conor O'Halloran was ready to pounce, but the umpire spotted something. And that will be a free kick for Mark Levy, my own clubmate with the North Leinster Giants.
We must be in the last 5 minutes of this game. Denmark probably only have a couple of options now, a couple of opportunities to win this match. Ball's hit the chest. We have another heart-stopping finish in Ireland versus Denmark at AFL Euros in Dublin. Ireland has stolen a late lead. That's from Kianis.ie, texting us in, tweeting us in there. Tweet us in. It is hashtag EC13. This is unbelievable stuff. I really did not think Ireland had it in them to get over this Danish mob in the end. Denmark looked like they had the game sewn up. They were so composed. Seemed to have all the answers, but Ireland's just come at them again. I've been told that this is what they do, but I haven't believed it for myself. Denmark have the ball now on the wing. They're only 4 points down. They need one more goal. They kick it up. Ball comes down to the ground. There's number 2. It's Kjorg. He's been good all day today. Ball comes out. That's Campion. Campion's been strong. Great tackling by the Irish. Campion's got it again, but puts it straight in the hands of the ruck rover from Ireland. He kicks it large. Bartley up strong. Brings the ball to ground. Bobby Byrne has it. Handballs it across. We've got John Enright here on the wing. He hands it over to Tommy Brown. Kicks it around his shoulder. Looks like that's going to fall into the arms. None other than Brian Roach. He's kicked 2 goals in this last quarter. What can you do now? He kicks it up to Paul O'Halloran. Halloran's got the sit. Lets it bounce over his head. Runs onto it. Turns around in a U-turn. The big fella snaps. The big fella kicks a goal. That could be it for Ireland. The big fella, Paul O'Halloran. And that's the final siren. Ireland have won an incredible game here at the DCU Sports Grounds by 10 points. Denmark must be heartbroken. They were the better team for 3 quarters, even a bit more than 3 quarters, and Ireland have stolen it again from them.
Yeah, Ireland once again shown their resolve and their resilience, and really a fantastic result for them. But for Denmark, this must be just heartbreaking. It's the second time within a year we've had a result like this. And unfortunately, while we're seeing progress all the time for them, we do see immense talent there, and I'm sure they're going to turn these performances into 4-quarter performances at some stage, and they're going to come out and they're going to be the champion team that we believe they can be.
I know you say they're young, but this must be so detrimental to the Denmark team. To have such commanding position in this match, they now see themselves as 0-2 in this tournament, where they were once one of the fancies. I must say, hats off though to them. Denmark is showing great spirit after this match. They are out there shaking the Irish players' hands. They haven't dropped their heads. They have shown great spirit throughout. This has been some match, I tell you. Denmark now 0-2, and they're not a chance of making that grand final, which everyone expected them to feature in, even at the expense of Ireland. Ireland now 2-0, but you wouldn't say they're the most comfortable or confident victories we've seen from the Irish team.
No, but it really does mean now that we are looking at probably a grand final that many Irish fans would be delighted to watch, which is Ireland versus Great Britain. Because that now takes them on to 8 points for their 2 victories. Sweden obviously on 4, Croatia on 4. Were Ireland to lose to Croatia on Thursday, there's a slim chance that maybe that could be upset and that you would find 3 teams on the same points. But this has been a tremendous game. Great advert for footy in Europe, and a joy to be here. And again, it was one, we marked it out early on. We wanted a showpiece match for the second day of the tournament, and we certainly got it.
Kieran, I'm going to put you on the spot here now, though, and say Thursday night, what are the ramifications? We've got Denmark Vikings versus Germany Black Eagles. Both teams there haven't won a match, so that really seems to be pretty much a battle of who escapes the bottom 2.
Yeah, and you would say that probably I would expect Denmark to come through that comfortably. I mean, Germany have impressed in terms of their determination this week, but I would expect that will be a Danish victory. We've got the Swedish Elks and the GB Bulldogs. GB Bulldogs already qualified for the final, it would appear. Swedish Elks, if they can win that game, add to their victory today, they will then find themselves on the same points as Ireland, having lost to Ireland, so they wouldn't go ahead of Ireland on the head-to-head. But if Croatia were to cause an upset in the final game and beat the Irish Warriors, you could have 3 teams on 4 points in that, or on 8 points in that group. And when you go on head-to-heads, then you might find that we're going to percentage.
And I'm not saying this just because I have the Croatian coach next to me, but I actually don't think that is inconceivable, Ireland losing the Croatian team. The Croatians have looked great in patches in their matches, and Ireland have only really grafted through these matches, so I would not suggest that Ireland are a certainty on Thursday. I think it's going to be a cracker of a match, so do yourselves a favour, make sure you're either tuned in via Air TV or the score.ie to watch this live online, or even better, get down to the DCU Sports Grounds yourselves, down on Ballymun Road in Dublin. Game's going to kick off. First game is again on Thursday at 3 p.m. The Irish match is on at 7 p.m. It looks to be a cracker. But today has been a fantastic day for football. We've seen some fantastic highlights. I'm hopefully thinking this weather holds up and we see as good a day on Thursday.
Yep, I certainly hope so. And I can tell you that no team will be leaving anything out on the field on Thursday, because there's still a lot of ramifications for Saturday, obviously. Who makes the grand final, who makes the third place playoff, and indeed who plays off for 5th and 6th. So still much to play for, but a tremendous game this evening, and while absolutely brilliant for the Irish team, heartbreaking for the Danish.
We can see Ireland there now celebrating their win. I'm not sure if you can see over to the left, but it is a disconsolate Denmark team, and I can understand why. They were brave, they were the better team for much of this match, but when it came down to the final the final thrust, it was Ireland that managed to find not only 3 goals but 4 goals, and to rip this match away from the Danes. What could have been for the Danes this year, what could have been. But to everybody who's been out there joining us, thank you very much. Please keep tweeting away at us. We're at hashtag EC13. We're going to have that up live and rolling again for Thursday's matches. Otherwise, check us out on Facebook at AFL_Europe. Make sure you let us know what you thought of today's play, what you're expecting for the rest of this tournament, It has been a cracking days of football. We'd like to thank everyone who's made it possible for us to broadcast out of here today. That includes Air TV, that includes The Score, and that includes Discover Island. We'll be back with you on Thursday from the DCU Sports Ground for round 3 of the 2013 AFL Europe Championship.